It's no secret most people are off the Fighting Nerds hype train now that they've all suffered a loss in the UFC. But I'm not one of those people. I'm still on the Fighting Nerds hype train. I still think they got a lot of potential in the UFC. And in this video, I'll be going one by one, talking about just each fighter individually and what's next for them and what I think about them. So we're gonna go lowest to highest weight classes, starting with Gene Silva. I mean, he just fought this weekend at Noche. It was a great fight. He really should have won that fight. In all honesty, I'm happy Diego won. It was the atmosphere was crazy. I'm glad that he won. I'm happy for him. But yeah, the first round was really tough. Definitely a 10-A. If he didn't score that a 10-A for Diego, then I don't know what's a 10-A anymore. I mean, brutal ground and pound. But the second round came around and Gene Silva was just having how that could have been a 10-A for Gene Silva had it kept up. I know there was a little takedown for Diego, but I mean, he was just going to town on Diego, but he ended up getting caught. He got it's his fault. It's a game you play, especially with the guy like dangerous like Diego. So yeah, but I still think he's got a lot of potential. I mean, I still don't see a guy like Movzar be able to beat him and do what Diego did. So yeah, I still think he's definitely a top five guy in that division, maybe even top three. So as for what's next for him, I'd give him the winner of Emmett and Zalal, especially if it's Emmett. I mean, that'd be two guys with crazy knockout power. That'd be a great fight, and Zalal will deserve to step up. If I know it probably won't be a step up ranking wise, but it'll be a step up in terms of just competition and name value. So yeah, I'm still high on Gene Silva. I still got a lot of hope for him. I don't think he's anywhere close to done. So yeah, moving up the weight class, Hoofy. He probably needs the most work out of all the fighting nerds. I mean, that loss to BSD was definitely not a good look. Not a good look at all. So, but also when you look at it like if you were to build a fighter to beat Rufy, it would be a guy like Benoit with crazy pressure, crazy grappling, good submission ability. So, it's tough, definitely not a good look. He definitely needs a lot of work, but I definitely think he's able to improve in the future. But if out of all the fighting nerds, I definitely think he's in the toughest spot for sure. I mean, he's the only one that's not ranked. So as for what's next for him, yeah, I don't know. Just a guy just outside the rankings, maybe a Faresiam, and then the winner can get a shot at the rankings or another shot at the rankings. As for Rufy, so yeah, moving up to Prates. I mean, Prates is the only one of them that's currently coming off a win. So he's fighting Edwards, and I do think he's going to beat Leon. I think he's a favorite, like just under a 2-1 favorite. So, and if he's able to beat Edwards, I mean, with the UFC these days, who knows? He could get a title shot, but I think he'll need one more against loser of a Shavkat and Brady, or maybe probably not an Ian Gary rematch, but something like that. Usman Bilal, one of those guys. I think he's going to beat Leon, and I definitely think as depending on who he fights after that, I think he's probably going to be a future title challenger. To be honest, Ian Gary's a really tough matchup for him. In all honesty, though, he probably could have finished Ian Gary with a little bit better fight IQ, which can be fixed in the future. So I might favor him in an Ian Gary rematch, to be honest. So I definitely am not. I'm definitely not sold on Carlos Prates being a fraud by any means. So yeah, moving up to the last fighting nerd out of the core guys, we got Baralho. He cut weight 3 weeks prior to his fight with Amavov to be the backup for the title fight. Probably not the best decision, but it is what it is. He did it. I scored at 5-0 for Amavov. Third and fifth were competitive, but and Amavov was just cheating the whole fight. So who really knows how that fight would have went without the eye pokes and whatever else Amavov does. So as for what's next for Baralho, maybe a Paulo Costa, maybe a Strickland. I did a video yesterday matchmaking the UFC title picture. I had him against Strickland, but if he doesn't get that matchup, I don't mind a Costa fight. So yeah, I think the future for him is bright. He's still pretty green in his MMA career, and yeah, I definitely don't think he's done by any means. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about the fighting nerds. They're in the headlines a lot, talking about fraud checks and the hype's over, but I don't think so. I think they still got a lot of potential, and I'm still on the fighting nerds hype train. Not everyone's going to be an Ilia Topuria and win every fight in the UFC. So, yeah. That's all I got. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.